This video from Sharp Help, we're going to quickly show you how to make sure you hand over the correct change every time. So if you're working with money, it's really important to get things accurate. It's not your money, it's someone else's money. You want to make sure you don't hand over too much change, so the till's down, because then you've got some explaining to do to your shift manager. But also on the flip side, you don't want to hand out too little change, else the customer's going to, well, best case scenario, not come back, or awkwardly complain about the lack of change, and then it looks bad on you, and there may be problems for you further down the line. It's just awkward, full stop. So you just want to get it accurate. Whichever cash register you're using, they'll all have a really simple way of making sure that, or helping you not make that mistake. So if we ring through a transaction now, subtotal it off. Customers paying by cash, obviously it's more convenient if they pay by card, but if they pay by cash with this transaction, so what is it, the subtotal's $13.97, they're likely to hand over a £20 note. So the first thing I do whenever I take a payment like this would be to type in the exact money tendered. So there I've typed in 20.00, so £20. I hit my cash button. Obviously, depending on your machine, your cash button might look slightly different than that, but the process is the same. And you can see straight away a couple of things. One, the change is displayed on there. Now you might have typed in the £20 wrong, so this isn't evidentiary proof that you've taken a £20 note, but the change is displayed there and there, so they're pointers to help you. You might be good at math and quick to work out that it's £6 and 3p you need to give the change, but you might also get interrupted because the store's busy, or one of your colleagues asks you a question, or the customer starts chatting to you about various things. You'll notice something else. I haven't put the £20 in the register yet. What I like to do is to count out the change. So we've got 5, 1 makes 6, and then 3p. And only when I've counted out the customer's change, checked it's correct, handed it over with a receipt, do I then take my 20, because it's when you hand over the money to the customer that's going to get to the stage of whether you've made a mistake or not. So if the guy now says, obviously the £20's a bad example, but if he'd handed over a tenner for a slightly smaller transaction and you hadn't typed it in, he could say, well, I've handed you 20, and you could turn around and say, well, no, I've still got the £10 note in my hand and everything's typed up there. You may want to still get the manager involved, but you've got a bit of evidence you can be sure in yourself that you've still got the money in your hand, so you know what he handed over. And also, don't forget that people will come into a store regularly, so they'll get to know how you operate the register. So if they see you're a bit slapdash with it, they'll think, right, I'm going to have this guy for 10 quid next time I come in, and they might try it on. So that's my advice for making sure you always give the correct change. You just want to avoid any awkwardness, any complaints whatsoever, and you just want to be fair to the customer, fair to the manager, and also fair to yourself. It's about protecting yourself as much as anything. So follow those rules, type in the amount of money that's been handed over, press the cash button so the change is displayed, and keep that money out. Keep the money that the person's paid to hand, rather than stuffing it straight into the register drawer, so you can be sure if there's any complaint, you can turn around and say, this is the money that was handed over. Okay, so hope that video has been helpful. I've got plenty of other videos on general cash register operation, but also if you've got sharp tills, I'll have videos on each model as well, showing you how to program and use. So yeah, thanks very much for watching.